Hey guys, it's Astro Boy. Welcome back to the Astral Thoughts podcast. Today on the podcast, we will be talking about, an incident or something I encountered while trying to Astroproject a couple of nights ago. And then later on the podcast, we'll just be doing answering some questions that people have had. They either typed it to me or they emailed me or they messaged me on Reddit. And so that's what we'll just be doing today. So go right in. So what happened one night, it happens kind of frequently with me. So I'll be laying in bed, and when I'm laying in bed and say I do my technique that I do, and then I get to the vibration stage. And while I'm in that vibration stage and I'm experiencing sleep paralysis, I'll often hear things that kind of like doesn't really scare me, but it's more like it catches my attention. And my whole like consciousness is directed elsewhere, and that kind of distracts me. So one night I was experiencing sleep paralysis, and I'm very aware of what's going on. And I hear the doorbell. Mind you, it's like 2 a.m. and I hear the doorbell go off, and that kind of like scares me. I'm just like, what the hell? Why is someone ringing the doorbell at 2 a.m.? So I'd hear that. And then, I obviously get up, whatever, after sleep paralysis ends. And I'm just like, all right, that wasn't real. So that's happened. And another time I was in sleep paralysis and I would hear like footsteps. That one kind of spooked me because it's like, it's at, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. And, you're hearing like movements around the house. And, me and my wife are in bed laying down. So hearing that kind of spooks you. So that's happened. And what I think that is, because I literally just have like this whole, not a fear, but like, I guess you could say fear, like, I guess someone breaking into the house while we're sleeping. And so I think that's where it stems from. And, like I've said with you guys before, if you guys ever plan on astral projecting or having some kind of out of body experience, I highly recommend you guys deal with all your fears and just address them now, because, anything that you suppress, you don't really shoo it away. It literally just lives in your subconscious mind, and it will definitely come alive when you dream or when you astral project, and it will come back to bite you. So that's why I say I highly recommend you guys to just deal with any type of fear you have. The other crazy thing, this was 2 nights ago or last night. I'm getting ready to astral project, and I'm in the sleep paralysis stage. And while I'm in that stage, I couldn't breathe. Felt like someone was choking me. And I remember just like, I was trying to get air into my body, and I literally couldn't. And I wasn't scared. It was more just like, why is this happening? I'm trying to astral project here. Why is this happening now? And I'm not so sure with that incident. I'm not sure if it's like something trying to get my attention or what, but with that, I'm not even sure why that happened. All right, so with that done, we can just dive right into the questions that people emailed me or messaged me on Reddit about. So first question, I'll read it. Someone asked, could you make one on your journey on becoming able to astral project? They also asked how long it took me of practicing and what did that say? My failures and other topics of that nature. So I don't know if I explained it on my first podcast, but my journey of being able to astral project, I would say is I guess it just happens, it just accumulates of all your failures, I guess. But with me, I started, I think after my incident in high school where I had that experience, that's when I became really interested in it. But I remember it was after reading this Robert Monroe book, I think it's called like Journeys Out of the Body. With that, while reading that book, I just tried his technique that he listed in the book, that he talked about in the book, and how long it took me, maybe about a week. maybe about a week or a couple of days. So I just literally just tried his technique over and over and over. I stuck with that technique. I tried it. And the first night I actually astral projected, it was like something really quick though. I tried his technique. It worked. But how it worked, I knew it worked, was I felt my body getting lighter and lighter as I was meditating. You feel your body getting lighter. You really just feel your mind just focused. Your mind's not racing anymore. It's just really focused. You feel really mellow and chill. And after you start feeling that, you just want to continue your technique or method, whatever, of what you're doing. And then that's when you kind of like literally black out. It's not like you fall asleep, but it's like you kind of just black out. I remember like seeing like shapes and colors. And then I start seeing like, all like kind of like these colorful lights. And then I literally blacked out. And then all I remember being was like I was standing in front of my bed in my bedroom. And I think I was just like, holy crap, this really happened. And for me, that was like, I got really excited. And, the minute you get excited, once you astral project, you literally just snap right back into your body. So that was my experience. Yeah, and like I said, it took me about a couple of days, but you got to be really committed, and you got to dedicate your time to that. Not like hours and hours, but like just each night, just try and attempt to astral project. Just try to meditate. You'll fail, you'll fall asleep, of course, but you can't beat yourself up over that. Let me see. Next question. Said, this person asked what happened the first time I astral projected. I was just in my bedroom. Did it meet your expectations? Were you shocked? And how did the experience change you? It didn't meet my expectations simply because I didn't expect to astral project into my bedroom. I thought I'd be somewhere else. But I was shocked because of like when you astral project, you're able to differentiate that it's not a dream and that you're also not in this reality that we're currently in right now. So that's how it kind of like it changes your perspective drastically, instantly. So that's how it kind of changed me. It kind of like, it's like, okay, what this guy Monroe was talking about in his book is definitely real. And for anyone, once you experience that, it literally changes your life. It changes your view on just the world in general. And it makes you just think about what your purpose in life is really about. That's what, for me at least, that's how I look at it now. Someone else asked, why do I project into the immediate area I am in real life, my house? Why is it always dark and dreadful? What is the significance of seeing a shadow rat there? I didn't mean to laugh at that, but I've never encountered a shadow rat or any other creature when I astral projected. Well, the reason why you astral project into the immediate area you live in, if you guys think about it, the world that we live in, or I guess to say the dimension we live in, like it's kind of like layers of cake. And we're in, say, no matter what layer we're in, say, for example, we're on the top layer of a cake, which would be like the icing, like that very first layer, or say how many layers of cake you want to make. Say we're at the top, of the very top, the icing. And when you astral project, you change your vibration frequency. And when you change your vibration frequency, you change your density as well. So as you change your density, say you go into a different layer of cake, and that very closest layer, when you astral project, is I forget the name of it, not the etheric realm, but basically that next layer is basically like a duplicate of the world we live in right now. It's a duplicate of our dimension, and it's the closest thing to our dimension. So that's how, I don't know if I'm describing it, like great, so you guys can like imagine in your mind, but wish I could draw it out. But so basically imagine just layers of cake, and when you astral project and you change your frequency, you go into another layer. But mind you, we're all still in this whole piece of cake together. We all exist in that same cake, but we just don't interact with each other because we're existing in different layers. And a lot of times why psychics or people are able to see ghosts is because they're able to shift their frequency and be able to interact with these other layers. They're able to change their vibration frequency and see into these other layers of cake, if that makes sense, guys. Why is it always dark and dreadful? Usually when people first astral project, they're not able to have their ability of sight, and you just literally in order to see, all you literally have to do is just change your willpower. Just literally just say you want to be able to see, or just ask for light and you'll be able to see. As of for the shadow rat, I'm not so sure why you're seeing a shadow rat or why you encountered a shadow rat. I don't know if do you have fears of rodents? Do you have I don't know if do you have any type of fears along that nature? But if not, you could be probably seeing some type of entity. I don't know. Entities interact with different people depending on what type of energy you're giving off. But I've never encountered a shadow rat, so I can't really say anything about that. Who else asked a question? Someone asked, can it be dangerous? Well, meditation, it's not dangerous. It's something that, it's great to practice. It's really healthy for your mind and for your body as well. Astral projection, is that dangerous? No, you can't hurt yourself or anything like that while astral projecting. I don't know if you guys know this, but when you guys astral project, everyone always talks about there's a silver cord that connects your astral body to your physical body, and that cord can never be severed. Nothing can damage it, nothing at all. The only way that cord only becomes severed is once we die in the physical world. So say, for example, you get to the age of 100, and you've reached your time of when you're going to leave Earth. That's when that silver cord will be severed, and you're able to be entirely free from your physical body. So that's the only way. You can't be harmed once you're in your astral body, or once you're in the astral world, or anyway. Next question. What are some reasons people meditate or astral project? I feel like everyone has their own reason. For me, at least, I started to meditate because I wanted to basically have spiritual experiences. I just wanted to see, I guess, the greater purpose of life and see, the beautiful side of what no one else explores, or of what most people don't explore, I should say. And I feel like there's a number of reasons why people meditate. People have anger issues. They want to deal with that. People just want to gain more self-control, be able to just deal with personal issues that they have in life. And meditating can be that source to help them in life with that problem. Someone also asked, which is better, meditating or astral projecting? I feel like it's just meditating leads to astral projecting. And for me, at least, I would rather be able. I feel like they're very different, because you meditating is just you changing your vibration frequency so you can then astral project. But I love to astral project because it's just the things you can do is limitless, from encountering loved ones who's passed away. You can travel to different time periods. You can go back to 1,000,000 years into the past, 1,000,000 years into the future. You can go to this place called Akashic Records and basically just see everything that's ever existed. You can see all the probable futures that may happen. It's like I said, all the things you want to do can happen. It's limitless. You're only limited by your imagination. All right, last question we have. Someone asked me, what method do I use to astral project? I think I spoke about this already, but I use the wake up back to bed method, and what that entails is basically me going to bed at nighttime And then I will set an alarm for, say, for example, say like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. I'll wake up at that time. And once I wake up, I will stay up for maybe about 20 minutes. That's me personally. If you fall asleep quicker than that, once you wake up, I'd recommend you staying up for a shorter amount of time. But for me, I stay up for 20 minutes. It can range from 5 minutes to 30 minutes or an hour. But I will stay up, and then I'll just feel myself getting tired. And once I feel myself getting tired, that's when I'll lay down and meditate. And once I start meditating, I'll just really try to keep my mind awake and try to just make my body just relax and fall asleep. Once that happens, you will be able to feel or just go into the sleep paralysis stage instantly. You'll almost instantly, you'll just get into that stage. And once you get into that stage, that's when, you just want to just stay as calm as you can. It can scare you. It can startle you. You're just not going to be ready for it if you've never experienced it before. But if you do experience it, just stay calm. Just focus on your breathing. Focus on your breaths going in and out, and don't pay attention to you'll often hear static noise, or you'll hear this loud ringing noise, but don't let that startle you either. Just focus on your breathing. And once the vibration ends, that's when you're able to get out of your body and start walking around. And that was the last question, guys. So that's it for the Astral Thoughts podcast. We'll be back again next week with another podcast episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you guys have a great week. Bye, guys.